Hi YouTube, welcome back to the channel, Flashback TNT. As you know, you've read the title, we're going to continue my childhood Nintendo 64 journey. I've spoke about it in other videos, so if you haven't watched them, please check them out, and that'll put you up to date on the games I've played so far as a kid. I've got another 3 here from 1998 that I want to show you, and I'm going to enjoy talking about one of these in particular. I've enjoyed overall doing this because it's got me back into playing the games and talking about them again. I'm about halfway through Super Mario 64 now. I've got 60 odd stars towards 120 stars total, and I've been playing Shadows of the Empire as well. Yeah, I've really enjoyed getting back into them again. So I'd like to start off with a game that isn't a big hitter or anything. It's one of the cheapest games on the console. F1 World Grand Prix. I was really into Formula 1 when this came out. I started liking it around 95, 96, 97. My favourite driver was Damon Hill, and he drove for Williams at the time of this, I believe. Yeah, so I got this, and what was good about this, and it was refreshing from the likes of ISS 64. This had the actual licenses for the drivers and the teams, and even on the courses themselves, they had the proper sponsorship stands and stuff like that. So that was good. Just adds to the realism of it, and it was a realistic game to me. It was hard as a kid. It's not like your arcadey type style games. This is full on racing. If you don't have the rookie setting on, you're going to struggle. It's going to take a long time to get used to. I mean, I used to play on rookie and it used to break for me and that, but as a kid, that's what you want. You're racing and you're enjoying it, aren't you? There was a lot of like customization of the cars in that game, but I've just never really been into that kind of thing. But as a racer, I would just play hours and hours worth of doing the Grand Prix themselves over and over again. I know there was like challenges as well, which was quite interesting, but I wasn't really into them myself. I just like doing the Grand Prix and the career mode. Yeah, but I actually think this still stands strong today graphically, and it must have been one of the best F1 games that I played, or I have played. I haven't played any of the new ones, obviously, but I played a few on the PS1 as well later on. But I still think this is one of the best. I love the way it looked. It seemed to emulate the TV, like with the positioning, the numbers positioning, and the stuff that was on the screen itself. I just loved that kind of thing because it just reminded me of watching it all the time. And obviously the great commentary on it as well, great car sounds and stuff like that. So yeah, that's it's nothing fantastic, but it was a great game itself. If you haven't tried it and you're into Formula 1, it's well worth picking up, especially at the cheap price it is. You can see what I mean about the overlays. Like, can anyone remember what it looked like on the BBC with the numbering systems and stuff? That's how I remember it when I first started watching it. So that's it. Right, we're on to another racer now, but a completely different racer, and this has a cult following in its own right. This one, F-Zero X. I'm sure a lot of you know what F-Zero is. Believe it or not, I didn't. I never played F-Zero on the SNES, so I didn't know this was like a Nintendo IP. But what a game! It was high octane, like racing, wasn't it? I can remember like thinking some of the courses that twist and turn on like tubes and like 3D images. Like it would make you like turn your head as you're playing it and make you a bit dizzy. Yeah, but I hammered this. I really enjoyed it. I mean, you've got kick-ass like soundtracks and that as well, like rock music style, and I really enjoyed that because I like that type of music anyway. What a surprise about the game was actually like 30 cars. You start 30th on the grid, so you're not going to get like into first position anytime like on the first lap, maybe not even the second lap. So you have to be like perfect going around the corners and stuff like that to get to the first place, and then try and hold it for the last of the third lap. Yeah, it would get your heart racing sometimes because you literally be getting over the finish line first just after passing the last obviously second place. What was good, I always remember this. I would lend it to my friend Jordan, and he would take it home during the week, and I'd get it back at the weekends. What me and Jordan would do is we'd alternate between each other's houses on a Saturday afternoon, and we would both play this together, and we would take turns setting the fastest records. And I can remember I set a record on one of the courses, and I thought he's never going to beat that, and it came back, and I was really shocked because it beat it. But we kept pushing each other and pushing each other, and honestly, we set some records on this that I don't think I'd ever beat again. I can remember on one of the courses, and this is the truth, in the Nintendo official magazine, I actually beat the time that won the competition in the magazine. Honestly, that's the truth. So that's a bit of a claim to fame for me there. We just played it over and over and over again, perfecting every type of like corner, when you power up, when you don't power up, when you boost. Yeah, it was one of those games that really captured me for some reason. I mean, I'm not a massive racer. I know I have some races, and the N64 in general had quite a lot of races, and you'll see some more on my list in the coming like weeks. But as an arcadey type feeling game, this was fantastic, and it's the only F-Zero I've ever played. I've never played the GameCube. I've had a quick blast on the SNES Mini version of F-Zero, but I just can't get into it. This just captured me at a time when I was just ready to play a game like this. I always remember it was like a Wipeout type of rival as well, but I enjoyed both, so I didn't see it as rivalry. Yeah, it's a shame Nintendo haven't sort of picked this up and remastered it, or even made a new game for like the Switch, because I'm sure it'd be well received and people remember this. It's obviously a bit of a cult game now. Yeah, so that's F-Zero X. Fantastic stuff. I would love to find that car somewhere in the world with mine and Jordan's times on, because we put some good times on my car, I tell you. Right, and last but certainly not least for this video, it's a particularly special one for me, and I think it's quite a funny story to tell as well. So it's December 11th, 1998, and I know this game's getting a release. It's a Friday and I'm at school, so I want this game for Christmas, and I know it's going to sell out. So I said to my mum, can I stay off and go and buy it? And my mum let us stay off school to go to town, Electronics Boutique, and I bought this game. And the game is Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Yeah, so I turn up in the morning. Instead of going to school, I just got the bus, went to town and stood outside Electronics Boutique. And when I got there was already a queue. And the guy who worked at Electronics Boutique came out and gave us all a ticket. And I always remember I was fourth in the queue, gave me ticket number 4. And as soon as the doors opened to the shop, I ran in and actually got served second. And I got given this box. Now, again, same with F-Zero. I'd never played a Zelda game, but the hype that I had in my body for this game was unreal. I'd read like Nintendo official magazine, the build up to this being released, and I was blown away. I can remember getting this box and just looking at it, and there's no real box art, is there? But how classy is that? Nintendo definitely sprinkled their gold dust over this game, and what a title. So I'm there, Electronics Boutique, and I've bought this game, and I rush home and give it back to my mum, and then I've got to wait another 2 weeks until Christmas to open it up. So it comes to Christmas, and I've opened it up, and I've finally got it in my possession. And do you know what? I didn't play it on Christmas Day. I spent Christmas Day with my family. Roll on to the next day, 26th, Boxing Day. I go upstairs, unbox this, and I put it in my console. And I vividly remember this. It was 10 o'clock in the morning. I put it in my console, and no word of a lie, I played this till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And I know that because my mum shouted on us, and we were going to have our Boxing Day tea, which is traditionally for us turkey and chips. And I went down, it was 5 o'clock, and I played this for like 7 hours straight, non-stop. I was absolutely blown away by this. It's like, it's for nostalgia, this game just stands out there for me. It must have been the right time, I was the right age, the right maturity, and this just captured my imagination like probably no other game has, in terms of like freedom. When I seen that title page roll up, when Epona's going across Hyrule, and you start and the music kicks in, it's magical, isn't it? Like, I'm sure a lot of you will understand because it's a popular game. And when I got into it and the adventure started, like, oh, I was just blown away by this. I must have played it for absolutely weeks on end. And I've heard this a lot, obviously watching YouTube and gaming channels, like how the original Legend of Zelda and then A Link to the Past and stuff like that, it fueled people to talk about the game and help each other through it. And this is exactly what I did with this. This is my generation of learning about Zelda and how Zelda is. I would talk to my friends at school about it, about finding all the interesting collectibles or secrets and stuff like that. And I loved it. I'd just spend hours playing, talking to all the villagers and stuff like that. You'll have all heard of it, and you know what it is, you know what it's like. But that's my tale for this one. And here's another little tidbit for you. I've completed this once, and that was back in the day, 1998, 1999. Well, I've probably completed it in 1999, and I haven't completed it again since. I've barely even played it, to be honest. It's one of those where holds that much of a special memory that I don't know whether I want to spoil it by playing it again and having my own opinion now. I don't suppose it'll ever affect my memories of the past with this game, but it's just one of those. I don't want to spoil anything, because it's that magical feeling that I've got for a game that you just can't make anymore. I'm just too old now. I'm not a child anymore, so it's just there. It's just like a purple patchy game for me as a kid, that the special types of nostalgia created, and this is definitely in that area. Yeah, absolutely epic. I would just spend hours just riding a pony around the Hyrule and trying to find new and interesting places. It's probably quite a small game now in terms of like the area you can roam around, the range of movement. But yeah, as a kid, this was my first introduction to this series, this franchise, and wow, it blew me away. Absolutely amazing. So here we are. We're up to the halfway point, everyone. I hope you're enjoying it so far. And I'll be back soon with another video. So as ever, thanks for watching YouTube, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.